Okay, it looks like we're live. Don't see anybody out there yet. But I will play a little fiddle tune I've just been enjoying, called Tuttle's Reel, I think. right, so those were 2 Irish tunes. At least I think the second one's an Irish tune. Tuttle's Reel, and then I went into Lady Anne Montgomery. 2 tunes that I used to play a lot together, but haven't played in a long time, actually. And it looks like somebody's here. To those of you who might watch this later, this is a live stream happening, let's see, Monday, April 20-something, 6th, 7th, something like that. And so you might be seeing some of this after the fact. Looks like I can't see who is there, but somebody's there. My plan tonight is to just keep playing tunes unless somebody types a question into the chat, at which point I will do my best to answer it. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying the free fiddle lessons that are coming up. I'm putting a bunch of things up on the YouTube channel now from that I'd made before that were on my old YouTube channel, so I'm kind of like re-uploading them and putting links into the sections of the lesson and stuff like that. So I hope some people are finding that helpful as well. So yeah, adding a lot of videos to the site and to the YouTube channel, but not necessarily a ton more new material than usual. Though I will be, let's see, we put out a new video I think last week, and I will try to get another one out in a couple weeks. So been somewhat busy on that front. So let's see, what kind of tune would I like to play next? Maybe a jig. I think I played this jig on here before for a lesson, on office hours, but this is one that I just was playing the other day for dance, and actually maybe I'll play the others with it. They are the Carraroe jig, and then let's see, the Rolling Waves, one of the tunes with the Rolling Waves. There are 2 different ones, at least that I know of. And then the Black Rogue will be the final one. Alrighty. So those 3 jigs, 3 favorites. I'm just gonna realize I wanted to write something in the chat window here. For those people who show up. Let's see if I can reach this. 3 tunes, 3 jigs. The Carraroe jig, the Rolling Waves, and then the Black Rogue. So what I'm writing is, if you have questions, please feel free to take them in the chat box, and otherwise I will keep playing tunes. Okay, there we go. Good. I was thinking about switching gears and thinking about some old time tunes. And oh, interesting. So here in another window, I'm seeing questions that I'm not seeing in the group chat that I can see. How curious. So I see somewhere else over here a question from, oh, hi Julie, what's the name of that tune? Unfortunately, I can't tell. Ah, okay. So maybe I'll type the names of the tunes all in the other side, because I can't see your questions unless I go over there to look for them. That's annoying. Sorry for the people who are watching this later, because this is even more annoying because I keep talking about things that you maybe can, maybe can't see. But I'll put that so I can see new things when they come up, hopefully. So I'll type all the names of the tunes that I have played so far into the chat, which I'm hoping you can see, because I can't see it showing up on the other side. And I can't see how to type anywhere on the other side. So, tunes. Let's see. Tuttle's Reel into Lady Anne Montgomery. Sorry that I'm muttering at the screen now. And then Jigs it's the Black Rogue, R-O-G-U-E, is that final tune. But the Carraroe into Rolling Waves into Black Rogue. And I think I need to unpause this. Oh yes, there we go. It's nice when I lurk and look at the screen. So I'm hoping if I unpause this other screen, I will be able to see you guys when you type questions over there. I don't know why I can't see them on my screen. Weird. Well, still obviously figuring out how to do this. Choose links, smiley faces. Yes, those are the things I want. All right, so I will keep on playing some tunes here. Oh, no, I haven't frozen. Good. So the old time tune I was thinking of is I was thinking about Seneca Squaredance, which I played for a dance on last Friday and enjoyed playing. It's also known as oh shoot, what's the other name? Waiting for the Federals. And I'm actually, I think I'm going to take out this other window because it's making my own playback weird, and then I can't see myself. And that's kind of weird when I'm delayed, even from my perspective. And I'm guessing it might be delaying you guys too, so we'll just do away with that. And I'll just try to look periodically and see what I can find for comments on the live stream. And I'm just going to get to a place where I will be able to do that, hopefully. Well, sorry for all this delay for people watching the playback. You probably want to skip ahead a second. Isn't this fun? Goodness gracious. Okay, so now I'll be able to get there easily and look at comments periodically. Okay. So this isn't... Yeah, I was hoping I could find a way that I would easily see it when people are asking me questions. But I think I can only do that by looking at like playback of me, like the viewer option. I don't know why that is, but I will keep playing tunes for a little bit, and I will then pick up questions. So this is Seneca Squaredance. Without further delay, it's in the key of G, and I'll play it a bunch of times through. So let me add that one to the list here. That is the Seneca Squaredance. Seneca Squaredance, aka Waiting for the Fiddles. Okay, and now I'm just going to peek at the comments, see if there's anything new popping up. Good. I can see myself scratching my face. That's really charming. Okay, I don't see anything else there. And I'm hoping that that's actually true. Okay, well, I will come back to this another time. Okay, great. Mortal Time. The other one I was thinking about playing, also in G, is a tune called Josie-O. And I may have played that here before. We've done enough of these now that I'm sort of losing track a little bit about what I did in each little one. This is a tune that I just feel like I could play all day and all night and never get sick of. And just play for hours at a time. I learned it, let's see, I think from a variety of sources, really, that I sort of put it together from a couple of different albums that I have it recorded on. Maybe I'll type the name first on this one. Josie-O. And yeah, it's in the key of G. And I have to apologize. My bow needs rosin. It's a little slippery and it's driving me a little crazy. But I'm not going to pause to go get rosin right now. I also have new strings, which are sort of going out of tune. They sound really nice. Especially if I'm in the basement where it's very cold, actually. And the strings, not a fan. But I was long overdue for a string change, and to the point where my A string started raveling as I was playing. There's some weird bump on my E string. There we go. Just a little bit of corrosion or something. Good. My A string actually started raveling as I was playing the dance, and I was worried it was going to pop in the middle of things, but I didn't want to stop and change it because I felt like then I would be going out of tune during the dance, which is less than ideal. I still have something weird on the E string, but I'm not going to worry about it. Josie-O, here we go, key of G. All right, so there's Josie-O. Gonna take a peek at things again here. Let's see. Whoops, hitting the wrong thing. Oh, what's this? Chat, screen share, and cameraman. That's not the things I want, I don't think. Okay, just checking to see if I can. Oh, just bandwidth usage. That sounds like a useful thing. Not what I want right now. But okay, none of those things are ways to see more people's comments without going to a separate screen. Okay. Oh, very nice. Don't you have videos? Okay, so there I was able to see your chat, even though I don't think this thing was playing. So yes, I do have a video of that. It's on my old Julia Plum channel. I did this thing this past, let's see, past, I guess it was maybe like a year ago, maybe a little bit more, because a year ago I had gone to Europe. So yeah, like last March or something, I did just recorded a bunch of tunes up to speed, and kind of for projects for my students to try learning things and slowing down videos and things like that. So I did record Josie-O as part of that experiment. So it is up there under Julia Plum on YouTube rather than Free Fiddle Lessons. One of the things I thought would be fun to look at is a very simple tune, and looking a little bit more in depth at some of the things that we've been talking about in terms of double stops and some of the phrasing stuff that Michelle was bringing up last time. And so I was playing around a little bit before we started this. I started the stream tonight with Angeline the Baker, since I figured that was a tune that a lot of people were likely to know. So let me play that a few times, and I might start. Let's see. I don't want to start. Let's start by playing it a very simple note version, but playing around a little bit with phrasing and some other things, accenting different notes, which is part of phrasing. But start simply without extra notes and without double stops, and maybe even without too much ornamentation. We'll see how much I can hold back. Some of the stuff happens pretty automatically at this point, so it's sometimes hard for me to play without ornamentation. So Angeline Baker. So I did a decent job. A few little things snuck in there accidentally, and then I caught myself. So one of the things that I was noticing when I was playing this earlier is the amount of time, the number of times that I'm making up for long down bow with a kind of accented and lifted up bow. Starting like right at the beginning there. Now that last up bow, that's a long note anyway, so it's going to be a bigger bow. But the second note is shorter. You know, it's a well, I guess it's the same like this first note, but I'm definitely lifting some to recover bow there. And that I just noticed myself doing something that Michelle was talking about last time, which was, you know, where there are little breaks, little breaths and articulation in between the notes. So right there. Again. So that's the other thing I do a lot is the ending up, accenting up bows. So there in the B part, I did something that is fairly common in old time tunes, which is jumping the beat. And I'll demonstrate that again slowly. So like this. So you're coming in a little bit before the beat on that offbeat, or a little bit before the downbeat, sorry, and a little bit after the upbeat. So by contrast, if I didn't jump the beat there, that note would start right on the downbeat, and I'll switch back. So with the jump of the beat. Okay, I went back to the other screen for questions, but I just noticed that I am in this video that I'm watching of myself. It's quite a ways back, and so I'm hoping that none of you have questions, and I will try to sort this out and figure out how I can see your questions and watch things at the right time myself. This is very weird. Don't quite get why I can't figure this out. Okay, but back to what we're doing here. Oops, wrong screen. So, you know, probably I would sometimes put that jumping the beat idea in other places as well. Let's just see. So there's a place. I think I could probably do it on that second A part too. Maybe just a hint of jumping the beat there. So there's a little opportunity at the end. I was realizing I was starting to add more notes, which I'm trying to keep it simple still. But the ending of the A part. is an opportunity. I'll do that one more time. I didn't do a good job. So, you know, if you accentuate it too much like that, starts to feel a little bit like beating a dead horse. But it's still a good trick. So some of the other things that I'm using here, double stops, mostly on the string below where the melody is. So a lot on the D string and the A string of open notes. There's one chord I like to play as a G chord. So actually the open D and the B, first finger on the A string, which is the melody note, that makes a G chord. But there's another one, that one doesn't actually have a G in it. It's just D and B, obviously. So often I change it to another G chord by adding the third finger on the D string, which is G. So then I'm playing G on the D string and B, first finger on the A string. Yes, and then there's another spot that I do something besides open strings. You could play and use open A through this section. But the other thing that you can do, and I use this pattern all the time in different keys, is I've played the third finger on the A string and I can leave that note down at D, and that can be a drone note as I'm starting to play on the E string. So I would play that, keep that D down all the way through until I needed to pick it up to play B. I'll do that ending again. Now sometimes the D is the melody note, in which case I'm often playing the open D against it as the harmony note. I wasn't going to talk about ornamentation right now, but I am, because another thing I'm doing in this ending is the wiggle that we've talked about in some lessons or some office hours. I should make a lesson on it. So that's the, oh, I'm playing the 3. Oh, wait, should I be playing the 2? No, wait, I should be playing the 3 ornament. And the wiggle is Alyssa Schneckenberger's name for it. It's also the, it's the second part. We've talked about it as being the second part of a roll, that a roll is a flick and then a wiggle. So it sounds like this. And the trick is to be lifting, you know, putting the second finger down next to the third finger and lifting the third finger so lightly that it's just a blip in the sound. So I'm not even lifting my finger off the string. My finger's touching the string the whole time. But I'm lifting it off the fingerboard slightly. So the motion is looking like, ooh, this is fun. That's how small my finger is moving. And if I could get the right angle, yeah, I'm not, you can't really see, but I'm like really actually not lifting the finger off the string. So that's where I'm putting it in, is in the ending. And this is a pretty new ornament for me. Like I said, I kind of, no, I can't remember now if it was, I think it was 2 years ago. Not just a single year, but sometime pretty recently, kind of a student did it, and I'd heard Lissa do it for a long time, and I was like, wait, what is that? Stop. And we figured out how she'd made the sound, which was accidental. It was literally her thinking, oh, wait, I want to be playing the third finger. No, maybe I should be playing second. Nope, I was right. It's the third. So I'm very grateful to her for that, that error that led to some learning for both of us. So it's fairly new to me, and when you have a new ornament that you're trying to do, it helps to do it by itself. And then it helps to see how many places you can put it in a tune, and just try to put it in something you know pretty well and find as many opportunities as you can and overdo it totally, do it all the time. And so now I'm finally getting to the point where I kind of will do it without having to think about it, that it's just part of the repertoire in my brain now of things that I can hear and my fingers know how to do. So, this ending is a great opportunity to practice it because you can do it 3 times. Here, here, and here. Every time you play the D is a great opportunity to wiggle. Now, I find it's maybe a little overdone if you actually do it all 3 times, but it's a great place to practice it. And then you can put it in any of those 3 places that you want. So that was just doing it on the middle one. Okay, let's bring more notes in. We'll talk about that in a second. B part a little bit. Oh, one more thing that I should address in the A part is slides, because I'm using those a lot, and those will come back in the B part. I love slides. I play them in all kinds of music. It's especially appropriate in old-time music. Most of the time I'm sliding sharp, so a half step up, or starting a half step below my target note and sliding up to it. So like from C sharp to D. And I usually like to slide pretty quickly and spend most of my time on the target note. You could make it slower, but I don't really like that sound as much. There are places that I do like the sound of sliding flat, either starting on the target note and sliding off of it, or sometimes, I don't know if I ever slide into a target note from the half step above. I think most often I will do what I just did, which was like sliding in between like a B and an A that are both melody notes. What's that tune? I can't quite think of the name of that. Shoot. I think it's in maybe the first Waltz book. If anybody has the Waltz books. But that is a place that I like to slide, and I think I do it actually in the B part as well. Slide from a B to an A downwards, and then I land on the G for the more melody. But most of the time I'm sliding and sliding up, and in Angeline the Baker, that's what I would be doing all the time. I particularly like to slide against another note, so you really hear it more than, you hear it if you just slide on the single note. But you really hear it if you have the D there. That's because you got the moments of out of tune. And when they're fast, they sound great. In my opinion, anyway. I love to also slide right into the B part. So again, the B part, using a lot of open A string, using that third finger on the D, keeping it down, and doing that G, the same 2 G chords that I played in A part. Also doing a bunch of slides and a bunch of wiggles. There's wiggle. There's one other thing that I sometimes do is just play the note below my melody note. And this is sort of blending the line between ornamentation and adding additional notes, which is a big thing that often happens in old-time tunes in particular also. And maybe the best way to demonstrate that is to just play through from the beginning and really just add some other notes that I might add. And this, I mean, this could be a version that you could use the YouTube gear wheel slow down feature, or try to do up to tempo. I'll try to play it kind of slowly and like learn this version of extra notes. I'm just kind of, I've probably done these before, but I'm, you know, it's sort of a little bit making up on the spot, though it's mostly stuff that I will have done before. But I wouldn't necessarily say I have a single version of more notes. I probably have a bunch of different patterns that I use a lot. And a lot of, you know, a lot of it is just listening to music and getting a sense of what the tradition is in terms of adding additional notes. And a lot of what you'll find is adding chords, adding notes from the like arpeggio, which would be sort of similar to adding chords. You know, the arpeggio of the chord that you would be using. And adding notes that are either above or below the kind of basic note. So, for example, at the very beginning, I might add an F sharp, which is part of that D chord, which is what we're, you know, implying right in that section. And I guess I added some other stuff. No, I'm just changing the timing on it a little bit. Yeah, so I'm not adding other notes there. I was just trying some new things that I don't think I've necessarily ever done before. So that was something I just came up with. I was like, oh, I wonder what happens if I go up, since I'm talking about going to notes above and below the tune. What happens when I go up there? And I don't like it as well if you just play E, D at the end. It sounded empty. I think I did that one of the first 1 or 2 times, and I was like, I don't like the sound of it. And I finally figured out what I wanted, which was kind of like that. Ooh. I don't know which I like better, an E to G or an F sharp to G. I think the E. The F's all right, but the E sounds a little unusual in kind of a nice old-timey way. Oh gosh, it's almost 8 o'clock. I should be wrapping this idea up. Let me also just peek and see if there were other last-minute questions that I should be trying to answer. But But again, I'm not sure that I can be seeing things up to date because there's a video of me tuning. What happens if I can go and skip ahead to the ending and I'm not seeing any more questions? Great, that makes me feel better. Whoops. Now it's freaking out because, look, there I am in full screen. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to play, I'm going to get rid of this so I'm not confused. I'm going to play one more time through from the beginning, Angeline the Baker, with, I'll just pull out all the stops here. All right, well, it was a little rough the first time through, but not bad for trying to play made-up things at full speed. So this has been lovely. The April office hours here, and we'll try to get a date up for May soon, and probably try and do it in the beginning part of the month because I know the end of the month is going to be mayhem for me. And June is going to be exciting too. We might have to do early June because then I'm getting into main fiddle camp time, and I'll be away for big chunks of time in the kind of middle end of June. So I'll try to get a May date up sooner rather than later, unlike this business I did last week of saying, oh, shoot, I meant to do it today on Thursday, but let's do it Monday instead. So we will try to make it happen. I hope everybody has a lovely night, and I will hope to see you back next month. And feel free also to always send me questions in advance if that's helpful. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.